This is going to be your 100% Shiny Wild Zone 12 guide in Pokemon Legends EA. I'll be showing you all the tricks and methods on how to catch every single shiny Pokemon in Wild Zone 12 to help you fully complete your shiny Pokédex. So never miss out by hitting the subscribe button and notification bell. And now let's get you some shiny Pokemon. In order to unlock Wild Zone 12, you need to complete main mission 14, reaching rank E. The Pokemon we will be hunting in the zone are Gogoat, Vanillite, Machop, Machoke, Delibird, Snorunt, Snover, Bergmite. There are also two fixed alphas here, Alpha Abomasnow and Alpha Avalugg. In order to unlock random alpha Pokemon, you need to complete Mabel's request for catching all the Pokemon within this area, and then you'll get random alpha Pokemon spawning in along with the fixed alphas. For full shiny dex completionist, you're going to need to catch 3 Vanillite, 1 to keep Vanillite, 1 to evolve into Vanillish at level 35, and 1 to evolve into Vanillix at level 47. You'll need 3 Machop here, 1 to evolve to Machoke at level 28, and another one to evolve from Machoke into Machamp via trading. You'll need 1 Delibird, 3 Snorunt, 1 that evolves into Gastly at level 42, and a female Snorunt that evolves into Frostlass when exposed to a Dawnstone. You're gonna need 2 Snover, 1 to keep and 1 to evolve into Abomasnow at level 40. You'll need 2 Bergmite, 1 for Bergmite, and then evolving into Avalugg at 37, and 1 Gogoat only since you can't catch Skiddo here. The base shiny odds are going to be 1 out of 4,096, and the shiny odds when you get the shiny charm are going to be 1 out of 1,024.38. Now let's go over the 3 methods that we're going to be doing in this Wild Zone number 12. The first one is going to be the fast travel method. This method is just simply going to be you opening up your map, clicking on the Wild Zone, and then fast traveling to the exact same spot over and over again. This method is going to rely on getting Pokemon within a certain range, but we'll cover that. The next one is going to be the run and reset method. Run and reset method is simply you just going into the Wild Zone, running through it completely, and then you're going to open up your map, click on the Wild Zone, and rinse and repeat that, which is going to cycle spawns that you can't reach in it. But we'll go into more detail with that as well. And the third one, which is the most broken one for this specific zone, is going to be the bench method. The bench method is going to have you cycle through day and night cycles, which is going to cycle all the spawns in the area, netting you the most amount of shinies possible, especially if you do this AFK, and you'll see how insane this is going to be. Wait, there's already... Wait. Hold on. All right, so let's talk about the first method, the fast travel method. So basically, this method is just going to have you open up your map, click on the zone, and what people do is they're going to do it multiple times. You just open up the map, you click on the zone, you do it again and again, and it just cycles through. And an efficient way to do this is probably do it about 10 times and then walk into the zone and check. But before that, I do want to explain exactly what's happening here. So when you open up your map and you do the fast travel and teleport, I want you to place a pin right exactly where you are. And in this example, it'll go right above our heads because there's a building over us. Now, shiny Pokemon are going to spawn within 50 meters of this pin. So whether you see them, whether you don't see them, it's 50 meters range. They are there. They are somewhere in the area. Something I want to point out is that you could get a shiny Pokemon all the way back here, like this Weedle. It's possible for you to get a shiny Weedle outside the zone because, as you can see, the zone is just 42 meters away from where you came in, and this Weedle falls into that range. The same thing applies when you walk inside of this zone. So here we go, Wild Zone 12. And we're going to see a bunch of Pokemon here. Wow, there's an Alpha Delibird. But yeah, you could get Pokemon like Alpha Delibird that could be a shiny. We can get Alpha Snover, regular Snovers, Vanillites. You could even get Snowrunts and Gogoat. These are all Pokemon possible that could actually spawn shiny by you just doing the fast travel reset method. Now, will all of them show up as shiny at once? Probably not, but that's okay. Now, here are some of the cons of the fast travel method. As you can see, since I said the range is about 50 meters, it's going to put you outside of being able to get the Alpha Abomasnow. That's it. Abomasnow, which is right over here. We're way too far. We're like 87 meters away from that. And if you go in here where the Machops and the Machoke is, you can see that we are really out like 105 meters from there. So you're not going to get those shiny if you do the fast travel reset method. That's just not going to happen. You're limited to the specific amount of Pokemon you can get from the fast travel method, but the next method is going to kind of make up for the fast travel. Now, the run and reset method is going to make up for the fact that the fast travel only gets a certain amount of range here. Now, For the run and reset method, basically all you do is walk into the Wild Zone 12 and you're just going to run past all these Pokemon to generate in all the spawns just like this. You're going to cycle through every single one of them because you are running through it. So ones that did not spawn or are not in range are now spawning in your game. So you can just run through the entire thing, spawn in everything, and then just walk out the zone and be safe. And if a shiny had appeared while you ran, it's going to stay safe and stay in your game, which is pretty nice. And they're right here and you focus on keeping them here, they're gonna be here. And then all you do is just open up your map and then you're gonna go back to zone 12. And also don't forget to check behind here because the Caterpie, because the Weedle could be shiny and it's within the range as we mentioned. That's something you want to just remember at all times and rinse and repeat. Go through the zone. You don't have to go like crazy detailed like and look at everything. You can just simply just run through, stay safe, even run through this Abominous Snow Alpha. You're fine and everything should be spawning. Yep, that's simply it. That is the run and reset method. Now there is one more run and reset method I want to tell you about for the zone, and it involves you actually going all the way over to this truck over here, the Noviao Cafe truck. So just teleport over here, and when you fast travel over to this truck, all you're gonna have to do is just head over to this spot here, and you're gonna see right below you spawns of the Alpha, Avalugg, and Bergmite, which is a faster way just to quickly reset it. So this is the run and reset. So what I mean by that is you can now just reset because you ran there, and that's going to change exactly what shows up. So this is probably a much more efficient method of being able to hunt these two Pokemon, so you don't have to keep running down to the water area and get involved in getting stuck with the other Pokemon there. So this kind of isolates these two out specifically if you just want to hunt these Pokemon. Now, there's a little bonus to hunting these Pokemon too and doing the reset, because you can have a Swirlix spawn up here, or you can have a Spritzee spawn up here during the daytime. Now, what's really cool is if we were to do a, just a quick reset, let's just make it nighttime. You should start cooking here when I'm doing this because, this is the next method that's coming up after I explain this. I'm just making it nighttime for the heck of it. So if it's nighttime and you start doing the whole reset method with the cafe truck, here we go. You can also hunt the Spritzee, right? Or the Swirlix, depending on what spawns there. But there's also going to be Gastlys that spawn. So if we drop down our marker here, just like we've been doing, here's the marker, and 50 meters from that is all the Pokemon that you can hunt here. So you can actually get all these Gastlys. So there's a possibility of those showing up shiny. You also have a chance of 3 Magikarp below you showing up as shiny, right? So this is like really cracked out area. So you're not only hunting the Avalugg and the Bergmite, but you're also able to hunt these extra Pokemon for the fun of it. On top of being able to hunt the Spritzee and the Swirlix, you also have Patrats over here, 2 of them that spawn. So you get an extra bonus hunt while doing the reset method, which is really nice to keep doing over and over again. Just make sure when you're doing it at nighttime, you don't get spotted. That's the only caveat here when it comes to nighttime, but you have more Pokemon that do end up spawning. So try this method out and let me know if you have any luck. I actually was able to get a shiny Avalugg on my Switch 1 copy by doing this, which we do have a clip of. Now, the most broken method for Wild Zone 12 is the bench method. All you have to do for this is just sit on a bench, and the day and night are just going to keep changing over and over again as you keep sitting on it and sitting on it. And every single time you do that, every single Pokemon around you is going to cycle, and you're going to get new spawns, which is really awesome. Now, this method is extremely broken because it will cause a lot of shinies to spawn, and I'll get into exactly how we're going to do this. Now, there are a lot of benches in the zone. You got a bench over here. You got a bench all the way down here, down there. There's like 4 in this corner. Then you have another one over here by the iceberg. And then you have 2, 1, 2, 3. You got 3 more by the Alpha Abominous Snow, which is terrifying. So what bench exactly are you going to sit at? Well, the first thing you want to do, like we mentioned before, is go to a bench. I like this iceberg one, and just place down a marker exactly where you are. So if I place a marker down here, you're going to see that everything from that area to about 50 meters is what would possibly spawn. That Alpha is included in what will spawn, and so I can get Pokemon all the way up to here, which is great. If we walk down all the way down here, we can get all the Pokemon to spawn shiny all the way up to this door, just like this. And on top of that, we can even go into the little Pokemon battle area, see the Machop, the Alpha Machop, and the Machoke, and we can see that we are still within 50 meters of that bench, which is really awesome. On top of that, if we're over here, even this delibird still is within 50 meters of it. This spot specifically covers a lot of the area, so simply just click on the bench, just like this. You're gonna kill some time here, and you're gonna get the, you know, the little pop-up that it's gonna turn nighttime. Now, what people do is automate this, and I'm going to talk about how to automate this on your Nintendo Switch controller first, and we'll also talk about how to automate it on an 8BitDo Pro 3 controller as well. So, specifically for this zone, right, what you want to do is hold the down joystick button, which is going to have your character go against the bench, and then you're just going to spam A button, right? This is going to happen non-stop as you are playing the game, and that's going to cause the time to reset, to go away, to come back, etc. Now, here's what is really important. Obviously, it's going to hurt your hand to hold this down. So what you want to do is, if you don't have any turbo controllers or anything like that, you're just going to take a rubber band, you're going to do this, and you're going to have the Switch, you know, joystick aiming down. So just angle it in a way where it's facing completely down. That's it. Okay, so while this is facing down, now your character is going to be running against the bench, and you're just going to do whatever you need to do on the side, watch a movie, chill out, and just spam the A button over and over and over again. Now, if you have something like the 8BitDo Pro 3, I've been using this, by the way, to non-stop shiny hunt, so shout out 8BitDo for sending this over to me. And I will be linking this product down in the description below. It has its own software where you can just automate holding the down and then pressing A for you. So literally, you can see in some of these clips that on the screen that my character is just automatically doing it. And what I did was I went to bed and left it on with my macros that I programmed inside of here because it has its own software. And my character was waking up to see a ton of shinies. It was just non-stop broken. Shiny, 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 shiny. I mean, just take a look at the clip. Is that? Hold on, there's already two in front of me. Hold on. Wait, there's already... Wait. Oh my gosh, we got alpha. Dude, we have the whole thing shiny. Let's slow down, guys. Everyone needs to slow down. Okay, first snorunt shiny, catch. Second snorunt shiny, catch. Third snorunt shiny, catch. Snover, shiny, catch. Alpha shiny. Wait, did we get the alpha? Oh, we got the alpha shiny. Get him. Vanillite, catch. And then we have a delibird here. Hold on, I don't have any more repeat balls. No, I lost one delibird. That's exactly why you need to save your game and reload. So if that happens, reload. I do have one more delibird, and that should catch the other one. So I did lose a shiny. I'm sorry, my fellow shiny hunters. Wait, is that another one? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Right? Boom. No. We lost an extra one. I do want to point out a big pro tip. After you're done doing bench resets, shifting the day and night cycle, immediately drop a save as soon as the time changes, because if you don't, all these Pokemon will start attacking you. So make sure you drop a save. On top of that, you could even have a delibird run away from you, which is not good because delibird runs and it's gone. So you want to save, that way you can reload and try to catch it again, because once delibird is gone, it's gone. So that's the only big warning about this area that you really have to worry about. So go out there to Wild Zone 12 and get a bunch of shinies. So let me know which shiny Pokemon you went for, or did you go for all of them? And click on this video over here and subscribe.